I'd like to welcome you to a discussion on the chakra system. Chakra in Sanskrit means energy wheel. These are energies that are rotating, pulsating, almost like a heart, in and out, bringing fuel and energy to our beingness, to our manifestation abilities, to our feeling safe on the planet, to having healthy and loving relationships, to being open hearted and speaking our truth, and feeling good within our self esteem and ego to create and develop in the world out there. And I work with this a great deal with my clients. So I thought I would record a video about it. The first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine, is called the root chakra, and it is denoted by the frequency of a beautiful red color. The purpose of this chakra is to provide foundation, and it has connections with roots and grounding and nourishment and trust and health and home and family and prosperity and appropriate boundaries. So this is the chakra of self-orientation and self-preservation. It is the chakra when it is closed or constricted that has to do with fear. And many, many beings on the planet right now are working through themes of fear that can go beyond this lifetime into past cycles of existence and experience. Because many beings on the planet have experienced trauma, abuse, fear, with very good reason, in lifetimes lived on this planet. So it makes sense that this very basic, energetic to feeling connected and safe is often the very chakra center that is closed down in many people. We see a society in the Western Hemisphere that has overdeveloped upper chakras and closed and not fully functional lower chakras. This chakra denotes the developmental period from in vitro to about 7 years of age. And the basic right of this chakra is to be and to have. And balance characteristics of the root chakra is good health and vitality and being grounded and comfortable in your body and a sense of trust in the world. It's a feeling of safety and security. The ability to relax and be still is the root chakra's domain. Stability and prosperity, and also the right to livelihood. Now, this chakra can start constricting in those early years up until about the 7-8 year age range through birth trauma. If there was a great deal of trauma when the mother was giving life, if there was abandonment in the early childhood through neglect, through lack of emotional nurturing, through not being held enough, cuddled, rocked, nurtured, physical neglect, poor physical bonding with the mother can be part of the trauma of the root chakra. Feeding difficulties, malnourishment, physical abuse, a violent environment, and inherited traumas. As we are in the uterus, growing very quickly, we are through the umbilical cord being fed the DNA of both parents, and depending on their experience and the generational bloodline, you can also inherit some of the trauma and emotional fears of the parents. Holocaust survivors, war veterans, People who have gone through extreme poverty are all traumas and abuses of that root chakra. And some of the physical manifestations of a non-functioning or lowered functioning root chakra is problems with the bowel, problems with the solid part of the bones, the teeth, issues with legs, feet, knees, the base of the spine, buttocks, eating disorders, frequent illnesses, representational of the physical malfunctioning. So the healing strategy with the root chakra is clearing and cleansing, reconnecting with the body, physical activity, such as aerobics, weights, running, dance, movement, stretch, yoga. Lots of touch and massage also help the root chakra. And taking a look at your earliest childhood relationships, often to the predominant caregiving parent. And part of the affirmations of the root chakra is, I have the right to be here. It's safe for me to be here. The earth supports me and meets my needs. I love my body and trust the wisdom of my body. I'm immersed in abundance. I'm here and I'm real. The second chakra, located below the belly button, is denoted by the frequency color of orange. And it has to do with the element of water. It's about movement and connection and emotion, sensations, sexuality, desire, need, pleasure. It's about physical energy. It's about self-gratification, that second chakra. And the negative side of the second chakra is guilt or shame. The developmental stage of this chakra is from 7 to 14. Certainly, this is when there's strong development with sexuality and the sensate exploration of the world. To feel and to have pleasure is what the chakra rules. Balance characteristics of the second chakra is graceful movement, emotional intelligence, the ability to experience pleasure, nurturing of self and others, the ability to change, having healthy boundaries. Often the second chakra development undergoes problems when there is sexual abuse, covert or overt, emotional abuse. Volatile situations can affect the functioning of your emotions, sexuality, needs, and desires. Neglect, coldness, rejection. The denial of a child's feeling states, we call that the mirroring function. Often the second chakra is affected when we are being brought up by an addict, a narcissistic parent, where emotions are confused and inverted, and the child learns to please the parent and mirror for them rather than the other way around. A model parent is one who is responding to the child and saying, "Oh, I see that you look a little sad or upset. Please tell me how you're feeling." Many beings have not had that healthy modeling. And so that second chakra becomes confused and unsure and contracted. Enmeshment, emotional manipulation, overuse of the playpen, and not as much freedom of locomotion. And this does play into the 7 to 14 year realm, but this is kind of tied into that developmental period as well. Religious or moral severity can affect that second chakra. Physical abuse, alcoholic families, addictive situations, and also inherited issues, of course. Parents who have not worked out their own issues around sexuality or untreated incest cases. So we know that that second chakra is afflicted when there is rigidity in the body and in one's attitudes, when there's frigidity, fear of sex and sharing and intimacy, when there's a denial of pleasure, that everything is to be work oriented and must have a purpose and be productive, when there are an excessive amount of boundaries that you live by. We would call that a bit of rigidity. When there's a fear of change, when there is a lack of desire, passion, and excitement. So some of the physical manifestations of a wounded second chakra is disorders of the reproductive organs, urinary system, menstrual difficulties, sexual dysfunction, impotence, premature ejaculation, frigidity, non-orgasmic. Low back pain is tied often to that second chakra, as are knee trouble or a lack of flexibility in the body. And deadened senses. That's that loss of appetite for food, for sex, for life. So part of the healing of that second chakra has to do with movement therapy, emotional release or containment as is appropriate, as well as inner child work, loving, holding, reparenting that inner child, establishing healthy boundaries, 12-step programs, healthy pleasures, and developing that sentient intelligence. So some affirmations for that second chakra are, I deserve pleasure in my life, and I absorb information from my feelings, and I embrace and celebrate my sexuality, and my sexuality is sacred, and I move easily and effortlessly. Life is pleasurable. The third chakra, which is located just above the belly button and is ruled by the frequency energy of bright, sunny yellow, is a fire energy, and its purpose is transformation. And this would be the 14 to the 21 year range. And this has to do with energy and activity and autonomy. The third chakra, the solar plexus, has to do with individuation and will and self-esteem, proactivity and power. It has to do with ego identity and self-definition, as well as shame is the negative aspect of a dysfunctional third chakra. And this is the realization of separateness from others. It's the establishment of autonomy, the process of that in that third chakra. And the basic right of that third chakra is to act and to be an individual. Balance characteristics of the third chakra is responsible and reliability. It's balanced and effective will. It is good self-esteem and balanced ego strength. It's warmth in the personality, confidence, spontaneity, playfulness, having a sense of humor, being able to enjoy humor, third chakra. Appropriate self-discipline, a sense of one's personal power, and the ability to meet challenges. Now, how the third chakra can be affected during development is through shaming, through a heavy sense of authoritarianism, of hierarchical structure, of yes, no, black, white, up, down, of volatile situations affect self-esteem. The domination of the will by another, by an institution, by a belief system affects that third chakra of self-esteem. physical abuse, dangerous environments, fear of punishments, emotional manipulation, inappropriate responsibilities. And this I see with the child, the young teenager, adolescent, who is now head of the house or is taking care of the younger children and washing the dishes and overseeing the household or going out and earning a living. It's the individual who has little time during their adolescent and teenage years for learning about themselves, expressing themselves, because basic survival needs or over responsibility is placed on the developing child, adolescent. Inherited shame from the parent is part of the third chakra dysfunction. And so manifestations of that is low energy, weak will, feeling easily manipulated, poor self-discipline and follow through, low self-esteem, cold emotionally, physically. You can see it, second chakra, third chakra, someone who's hunched over, almost protecting that. They don't have a strong sense of themselves in that stomach area. It's an attraction to stimulants, coffee, speed, uppers, a victim mentality, a blaming of others, passivity, unreliability are qualities of a dysfunctional third chakra. And on the physical level, this can manifest as eating disorders or digestive disorders, ulcers, diabetes, hypoglycemia, muscle spasms, chronic fatigue, hypertension, disorders of the stomach, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the liver, is a clue to a weak third chakra system. So part of the healing strategy of that third chakra is taking risks, grounding and emotional contact, deep relaxation and stress control, vigorous exercise, martial arts, sit-ups, and building ego strength, releasing or containing anger, working on shame issues, strengthening the will, and encouraging the autonomy of one's life. Some affirmations of that third chakra are: I honor my power within. I accomplish tasks easily and effortlessly. The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears, and I can do whatever I will and intend and manifest to do. The fourth chakra, or the heart chakra, is centered where you might imagine it to be, right here, above the breasts, below the neck. This is a chakra that is ruled by the element of air. It's ruled by the frequency of color, both pink or emerald forest green. Take your pick. It is about love and balance. And it has a social function, the heart chakra. And it rules over areas of love, balance, self-love, relationship, intimacy, anima, animus, devotion, reaching out and taking in. It's about self-acceptance and the acceptance of others. The negative manifestation of that heart chakra is grief. Grief. And this is about forming peer and family relationships and developing persona. The basic right is to love and to be loved. And when in balance, it's exuded as compassion and love and empathy and self-love and altruism and peace and balance, a strong immune system. Some of the traumas and abuses that can lead to a malfunctioning fourth chakra, heart chakra, is rejection, abandonment, loss, shaming, constant criticism, Abuses to any of the other chakras, especially the lower chakras, also takes up residence in that fourth chakra of the heart. Unacknowledged grief. We have a very real process of grieving that needs to be undergone through the change of jobs, grieving a way of life, grieving a relationship. Divorce and death of a loved one. A loveless, cold environment affects that heart chakra. Conditional love affects the heart chakra. Sexual and physical abuse affects the heart, as does betrayal. So, characteristics of a dysfunctional or closed heart chakra is being antisocial, withdrawn, critical, judgmental, intolerant of self and others, loneliness, isolation, depression, a fear of intimacy, a fear of relationship, a lack of empathy, and also narcissism. Narcissism overcompensates for a feeling of emptiness, lack of love. And how this can manifest in the physical body is heart disease, heart issues, breast cancer, breast problems, lungs, a shortness of breath, sunken chest, that sunken chest syndrome, circulation problems, asthma, immune system deficiency, tension between the shoulders, and pain in the chest is all speaking to the heart chakra. So part of the healing of the heart chakra is breathing exercises, working with the arms, reaching out, taking in, journaling, self-discovery, examining your assumption about relationship, the emotional release, love, and support of grief, forgiveness when appropriate, inner child work, reparenting the child with love and unconditional acceptance and high regard. Codependency work is part of the heart chakra. Self-acceptance is part of the heart chakra. So affirmations for the heart chakra is I am worthy of love. I am loving to myself and others. There is an infinite supply of love, and I live in balance with others. The fifth chakra is located here. It's the throat chakra, and it's ruled by sound. And the color is a bright emerald, a bright jewel blue color. And it has to do with communication and creativity and creative identity. Issues with that third chakra revolve around communication, creativity, listening, finding one's own voice. I'm seeing that a lot on the planet right now, a lot of fear of speaking out, speaking one's truth. And its orientation is about self-expression. So creative self-expression and communication skills and symbolic thinking are all ruled by that fifth chakra of throat. It's the right to speak and to hear the truth. We're seeing a lot of confusion about that in the world out there today. Unbalanced characteristics of a healthy functioning throat chakra is a resonant voice, being a good listener, having a good sense of timing and rhythm, clear communication, and living creatively. What can affect the healthy development and functioning of this fifth chakra are lies and mixed messages, verbal abuse, constant yelling, excessive criticism, which blocks creativity, secrets or threats for telling secrets, authoritarian parents and authority figures, alcohol, chemical, addictive family background, don't talk, don't trust, don't feel, can all affect the healthy functioning of that throat chakra. So we know there's deficiency there when there is a fear of speaking, when there's a small, weak voice, when there's difficulty putting feelings into words, when there's introversion and shyness to the point of pain and discomfort, when there is, on the other side of that, too much talking and not enough listening, and a poor ability to receive information. So some of the physical manifestations of an imbalanced fifth chakra, throat chakra, is disorders of the throat, ears, voice, neck, problems with the throat, laryngitis, vocal cords, sore throats, tightness of the jaw, toxicity, and which is kind of due to the chakra, which means purification. So this can also be problems with adrenal glands and the functioning. Healing approaches with that fifth chakra is loosening the neck and the shoulders, singing, chanting, storytelling, journal writing, practicing silence if there's an excess to this, and learning communication skills, completing communications, letter writing, inner child communication. And affirmations for this fifth chakra is I hear and speak the truth. I express myself with clear intent. Creativity flows in and through me, and my voice is necessary. The sixth chakra is located here above the brow, and that has to do with light, the frequency of light. The color of the sixth chakra is indigo, or that inky deep blue, that midnight sky. And this has to do with pattern recognition and intuition and imagination and visualization and insight and dreams and vision and telepathy. It's about self-reflection, the brow chakra, or the third eye chakra. The opposite of a clear third eye is illusion. And it's about the establishment of personal identity and the ability to perceive patterns and communications at different vibrant and dimensional levels. Its basic right is the right to see. And when it's imbalanced, it represents strong intuition and perceptiveness and imagination and a good memory. A strong sixth chakra is characterized by the ability to access and remember dreams, to think symbolically, and the ability to visualize, creative visualization, previewing your life before it develops. What can affect the third eye chakra are what you see doesn't go with what you're told. So this would be incongruency between what people see, say, and what they do. Invalidation of intuition and psychic experiences can affect that third eye chakra confidence. Ugly or frightening environment, war zones, violence can affect one's intuition. You say, I don't want to see and feel. I'm going to shut this down. So when that chakra is closed and not clear, it's about insensitivity. It's about poor memory, about not being able to see future or imagining alternatives in your life, a lack of imagination, difficulty visualizing, can never remember dreams, denial, can't see what's really going on. And the physical manifestations of a closed sixth chakra is headaches, vision problems. Healing practices are creating visual art, is meditation, is coloring and drawing and working with memory and dream work and hypnosis and working with a spiritual counselor, mentor, coach. Past life regression therapy can be very healing and clearing for third eye closure. Affirmations of this sixth chakra is, I see all things in clarity. I am open to the wisdom within, and I can manifest my vision. The seventh chakra is located here, the crown chakra, and this has to do with the element of thought. Its color is that of a beautiful violet, softer than purple, like the color of amethyst. And its purpose is in understanding and connecting with dimensional energy. Its issues are about transcendence and belief systems and higher power and divinity and union and vision. By issues, I mean its purpose and process. The flip side of a open seventh chakra is attachment to outcomes. And this is the basic right to know and to learn. And when in balance, the seventh chakra is about perceiving and analyzing and assimilating information. It's intelligent, thoughtful, and aware. It's open-minded and able to question. It has a strong sense of spiritual connection. It's wisdom, mastery, and a broad understanding. What can affect that seventh crown chakra is information that's consistently withheld. It's education which thwarts curiosity. It is forced religious belief, invalidation of your beliefs and experiences and insights can close that seventh chakra. Blind obedience, no right to question, no right to think for oneself can affect the crown chakra. Misinformation and lies, spiritual abuse can affect that crown chakra. And physical manifestations of a dysfunctional seventh chakra is coma, migraines, brain tumors, amnesia, cognitive problems. Healing practices for that seventh chakra is reestablishing emotional connection, reestablishing spiritual connection, a program of learning and study and mentorship and coaching, a spiritual discipline, meditation, examining your belief systems and developing that ability to bear witness to your experiences. So affirmations for that seventh crown chakra is divinity resides within. I am surrounded by angels, teachers, and guides that are of high light and vibration. I am open to new ideas. Information I need comes to me. The world is my teacher, and I am guided by a higher power. And I am guided by inner wisdom. Much love to you. Blessings. Namaste.